Christians need to renounce a lot of stuff in 2016 to be true Christian communities. This is a really difficult one not to answer, but I risk answering sounding arrogant, knowing that in myself it's a very humbling question. When we look at Scripture, and indeed there were more than one person that asked Jesus this, what is the greatest command? To love the Lord your God with all your heart, strength, soul, and mind. And we all cheer and say, that's great. But then he said, and the next one is just as important. That's love your neighbor as yourself. So the first thing we all have to renounce is ourselves. And that is the hardest thing to do. Again, it's one of the greatest and most beautiful things to say in theory. But how do you renounce yourself? Every day, every minute, when you have kids, when you have a husband or a wife, when you have friends, when you have all of this stuff, when you have a society that tells you that you're worth it, that you're number one, that your happiness is important, that you deserve, all of that tells me that I really shouldn't renounce myself. Then even my own nature tells me that if you make me mad, I'm not going to let you off the hook. But the Bible tells me that I need to. So I need to renounce even my own frustration, my own hurt, my own sadness in order to serve others best. So the first thing we have to learn to do in order to live as a community, as a Christian community, is renounce ourselves. And then we need to renounce stuff. Stuff keeps us away from living in community a lot. And stuff means everything. Stuff means the computer stuff that we have. It means the big fancy homes and the cars and the lake houses and all of this stuff that as Western Europeans we think is part of our inheritance is actually keeping us away from community because it's stopping us from being generous. We no longer look at generosity as something we are. We look at generosity as something we do. And that's because we don't want to renounce stuff. So in order to live as true community, you have to give up what we think is our right to stuff, to ownership, and simply live as community.